Hi, my name's Katie, and today I'm going to be making Greek salad rolls. This recipe comes from a cookbook that I checked out from the library. It's called Share, Delicious Sharing Boards for Social Dining. It's by Theo A. Michaels. It's a really beautiful cookbook. I enjoyed looking at it quite a bit, and I'm glad that I got this recipe out of it because I am sure I'm going to use it for a long, long time. So what we need for Greek salad rolls is all right here. I've got a cucumber. This is actually an English cucumber. The recipe calls for a regular computer, but this is what I've got. So this is what I'm using. I have a nice block of feta cheese here. Have some cherry tomatoes, jar of Kalamata olives, some dried oregano, some salt, and then I've just pre-mixed the dressing that's going to go on the end. It is just a tablespoon of olive oil and a half tablespoon of white wine vinegar. I'm making a small batch today, so the original recipe calls for like 3 times as much of that to go on 3 times as much of these ingredients, but for today, this is what we've got. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to peel strips of cucumber off of my cucumber. So the first one is just going to be a small little strip, and I'm just going to sort of discard it. But then I want to make as large of strips as I can. It looks like it's going to be a little bit harder to get the big strips from an English cucumber, but I think we'll be okay. And so it's longer than a regular cucumber too, so I could actually cut these in half and work with them that way. Then just taking these nice, you can see strips from the cucumber. Once you start to get down to the seeds, that's when you'll need to stop stripping the cucumber, and then you can discard it, but you can also make a lovely cucumber salad with it. There's a cucumber salad that's creamy. There's also a cucumber salad that is vinegary. You know, try it out. See what you like. You could also just add the cucumber to like a regular old garden salad. There's lots of things you could do. Maybe make a dip. I don't know. Get creative with it. This is actually making some really nice strips of cucumber. Was a little concerned that the English cucumber wasn't going to really work, but it seems like I'm getting quite a bit out of it. And what I'm going to do just for these purposes today is I'm going to make a bunch of strips, and then I'm just going to sort of pick the best ones and make my Greek salad rolls out of that. But I think I've just about depleted my cucumber here, so I am actually going to set this aside. It'll be delicious on a garden salad later, sometime this weekend maybe, but I'm going to put this back in my fridge. Alright, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick probably, like, you want strips that look like this. This one is really good. So I'm going to try and find my best ones here. That one looks pretty good. I'm looking probably, maybe six or 8 of them. Good. Ooh, these ones here are really nice. That's good. All right. I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take this one out. 6, and then I think this one we can actually make into 2. I'll just use the top half of this one, and so it looks like I'm going to make 8 of these. I may not make them all for you. I don't know if you want to watch me do this 8 times, but I'm definitely going to at least get these started and then show you what it looks like at the end. So I'm just sort of setting aside the strips that I'm going to use after this first one. This is the strip that I'm going to use for my first one. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to quarter these tomatoes. And let's see, I have 8 strips. I'm only using 1 piece of tomato per strip, so I only need 2 tomatoes. I can set my other ones aside. All right, that's looking good. Now I'm gonna make little sort of feta bricks, I guess. I'm gonna cut off a piece of my block of feta, like that, and then I'm gonna cut it into chunks that look like that. So it's like a little feta brick. You don't want it to be too much longer than your strip of cucumber. So see how that's about the same size. So that's good. So let's see, I need 8 of these little bricks. 4, 6, and 2 more off of this one. All right, there is my feta. And then Kalamata olives, the recipe says to quarter them, but my Kalamata olives are kind of small, so I'm just going to halve them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess since I'm having them, doing 8, I only need 4 of these olives. Jar those back up, cut them. All right, now then, before we roll these up, we're gonna season the tomatoes. So a little bit of salt over all the tomatoes, and then the oregano. And honestly, I think the oregano is kind of like the star of the show in these. It really comes out. It's lovely flavor. You know, I thought I should take the cap off before I start filming. No, it'll be no problem. Then of course it gets stuck. But anyway, here, moving on. We're sprinkling a little bit of oregano. It smells so good over top of the tomatoes. Now, you can make this recipe without the tomatoes too. I did that, and then instead of seasoning the tomatoes, I seasoned the feta. So you just need one of the ingredients that the salt and oregano will stick to. Feta will work for that too. But I think it's better with the tomatoes in, but it's totally fine without the tomatoes. So now we're ready to roll. So you're just gonna put each of these ingredients on here. And we're going to just roll it up. Oh. And you can take the dressing that we're going to use later and just stick your finger in it and put it on the end there of the cucumber, and that will help the rolls stay together. You can also use just regular plain olive oil for that, but I know I'm not going to use all this dressing, so I'll just use that. So then I put it on my plate. It's all curled up. Look how pretty that looks. So it's just like a nice little bite. And I'll just do another one here real quick. Oops. So I found that you kind of want a little bit of length of cucumber before the ingredients. It'll help you get it started rolling. Right. And if some of the ingredients are sticking out top of the roll, that's totally fine. And it does help to sort of clump the rolls together so that they kind of support each other and they'll continue to stand up all pretty like that. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue making these, and I will show you the final product, and we'll add a little garnish and dressing to it, and that will be our Greek salad rolls. All right, so as you can see, I have my Greek salad rolls assembled. An ingredient that I forgot to mention at the very beginning that I have here is dill. So I have these little, let me get away from my green sweatshirt. I don't know if you can see, but got these little sprigs of dill. They're gonna be our garnish. They're gonna go right on top. I could not find dill. I was looking everywhere. Actually, I looked 2 places, but eventually ended up asking my friends, and my friend Beth had some dill left in her garden, which she gifted me for this purpose. So thanks, Beth. But you can also use parsley. If you're in a pinch, it would still look nice and taste good if you didn't have any dill. But ideally, you have dill. I'll just add a little punch of flavor. And then, once I get these all in here, some are easier than others, I'm going to just put a light drizzle of the olive oil, white wine vinegar, salad dressing-ish stuff that I've got here. And I found that if you've got a little container like this that you're trying to pour it from, if you pour it while you're pointing your fork where you'd like it to aim, that works just a little bit better than trying to pour it directly. Oh, I missed my fork, so you maybe saw what happens when I try and pour it directly. It just pours all down the side of the pourer. Okay, got my drizzle on. It looks good. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make these Greek salad rolls. They're so beautiful and tasty, and if you took it to a party, they'd disappear right away, I'm sure. But they're also great for just a lunch or a little appetizer for dinner. So try it yourself, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Keep watching AADL TV, and I will see you later.